as you can see, today's video, man, grandma's 911 call leads to horrific discovery, man. So we finna jump straight into the video, man.
Hey, Steph.
Baby, go.
Yeah.
That is your grandson lying there dead on the couch. Look at that.
No.
Look at that.
No.
I prayed with your daughter over your dead grandson.
When a 5-year-old boy suddenly dies under mysterious circumstances, investigators in Dayton, Ohio desperately search for an explanation.
What's more important to you? Someone getting in trouble or the fact that your grandson is dead? Then prove it or walk out that door.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
On the morning.
Fine, don't you ever tell me to watch a video, okay? Shut the fuck up and watch the stream. All right? Good boy.
Of Saturday, March 30th, 2024, Dayton dispatchers receive a chilling 911 call.
A child had died in his sleep. He went to sleep as he is. Please come, please.
Ma'am. What is going on with your child?
He laid down, went to sleep, and I was on the couch with him. Me and my he's my grandson, and he won't wake up. He's cold as ice.
Yeah, this
his
nigga's
nose
crazy.
was bleeding. I wiped his nose, and he didn't move.
Okay, ma'am.
Bro, I don't know.
How
Hold
old
on.
is he?
5.
I need to fix my freaking chat, bro. It's like I don't want to log out of my. I'm gonna just do it after the video.
I was babysitting him, and he's cold as ice. He's cold. He won't move.
There's no breathing at all or anything?
No, nothing at all. Oh, please. I called his mom. She's on her way. Oh, God. Is somebody coming?
Yes,
Somebody
Stephanie. Was
coming?
that Stephanie? As soon as we could come, we had help on the way, okay?
Okay.
We're going to do what we can to help you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
The child would later be identified as 5-year-old Charles Anthony Brown. Police and paramedics arrive to the scene, but it quickly becomes clear that the young boy is
got you
beyond
in
any
mind, bro.
hope of
You can be a good
resuscitation.
Wait, how?
Hey, Steph.
When was the last time you saw him?
15 minutes ago, did I call you?
No. When was the last time you saw him moving?
We went to sleep, and then we all went to sleep. Then I slept on
What time was that?
about, I can't remember, about, I guess 10 or 11 or so.
10 or 11 last night? Yeah. Okay.
An officer speaks with the child's grandmother, 58-year-old Stephanie Shanks, who was babysitting the 3 grandchildren while their mother was at work.
Does he have any health issues or anything?
No, he wasn't, nothing.
Okay, and you said you saw him last night?
Yeah, out of
Yes,
my
about 10,
phone.
and he went in that position, and then that's where he was at, and then I sleeping.
So when you saw him, he was sleeping?
No, I got up this morning, I wiped his nose, there was something coming out of his nose.
Okay. So about
And I
10 this
wiped it, and the
morning?
stuff was still in the toilet. I put it in the toilet, I didn't flush it. And then
Okay.
he didn't move. And I called his mama.
And how old is he?
5. Oh, his mama's coming.
Is this brother and sister?
Yes, his twin.
They're twins?
Yes.
How old are they?
5.
5.
Oh,
Okay. And how was he?
3.
3?
Oh, he had nosebleeds, but that's it. That's it. He had no nosebleeds.
All right, so I feel like, hold on. I feel like she's probably. No, let me just wait. Let me get some intel first, and I'm gonna
Charles'
tell you
sudden
what I think.
death leaves officers searching for answers, but any hope of an explanation must wait for investigators who are on their way to the scene. For now, officers outside share their thoughts on the devastating situation.
Typically, I'm one to like jump offering to go. This was one that I really didn't want to.
Yeah.
I was like literally holding my breath, like please don't, please don't. I knew it was coming.
I don't know what it is. I didn't see the kid.
Well, when you just had a kid, the last thing you want to do is go on a dead kid's home.
It don't get any easier.
Yeah.
We gotta wait for mom to get here, then we're gonna call mom down enough to get info on the kid. We only know his name.
They don't have medical history. They stay with grandparents, right?
They stayed the night here. They all live here.
No, so they were just visiting supervisor the kid.
Probably babysitting someone from go out, which was fine. I don't. But
Once we get the information, I'll call the coroner. I'm sure he'll want to come out. It's wildly unusual.
Suddenly, an unidentified male approaches the scene and is stopped by officers who've been instructed not to let anyone inside.
Hello. Do you know them inside of there? Yeah. How do you know them? Were you neighbors or something?
That's my girl. That's my girl kids.
Okay. Okay. Who are you to them?
I'm her daughter boyfriend.
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody can go in there right now. So.
Seconds later, the mother of the 3 children, including the deceased 5-year-old boy, races toward the home.
Why?
Sorry, you can't go inside right now.
I can't go inside.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Please, I just want to see my baby. Please.
No. He said we're not letting her in.
Oh my God.
We'll have to talk to her.
Huh?
We'll have to
She
talk to
said
her.
he woke up like this. I don't know. Oh my God. Please let me go see my baby.
4 premature, is that correct?
32 weeks, yes.
Okay. Any other medical issues?
No.
No complications? or
No,
anything?
none.
Thank you.
No.
I don't know. I'm confused
My
right
baby
now. I ain't gonna lie.
Inside the house, the grandmother agrees to sign a consent to search the home, and investigators are brought up to speed on the situation.
Grandma put him down in bed 10, 11 last night. That's when she last saw him out here sleeping
Oh
on the
God,
couch.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real.
This morning before she called.
I know you got a job to do, bro, but if that's somebody's mother though, gang, I ain't gonna lie. You should let them, It's not fair if you gave birth to the child. You can't see your child when they deceased, but that's just my opinion. You feel me?
Said she described it as a bloody nose. Wiped it up. The tissues are still in the toilet. And noticed he wasn't responding. Called 911.
God, they should let you go in elephant.
Aspirated.
Does everyone live here, or Grandma just babysit?
Grandma watches the kids every weekend, she says.
Okay.
She was sleeping on the couch with the 2 boys. And she said the girl was asleep in the bed.
She was sleeping on the couch with them?
She said she was on the couch with the 2 boys.
After completing their search, investigators uncover a shocking clue that may explain Charles's sudden death, which lands Stephanie in an interrogation room. Before confronting her with their findings, they first question her about the events of the previous day. She explains that she usually watches the children every Saturday and Sunday while their mother works, but this time she took them in on Friday morning because their daycare was closed for Good Friday. She describes their day and evening as typical, where the children played in and out of the home until nightfall.
10 or 10:30 or 11, something like that. Blue Charles came and said, "Mom, I'm tired, I'm sleepy."
Play Marvel. We can play Marvel.
I said, "Well, get up on the couch and lay down and go to sleep."
What did he look like when he said I was tired?
He didn't really look, he looked tired in the eyes, but he didn't look like, nothing I would notice.
Was he acting weird? Was he like stumbling or maybe like nodding off?
No, he was just tired, just moving slow.
Wasn't nodding off?
No.
Okay.
Stephanie gives one of the investigators permission to go through her phone, while the other prepares to confront her with what they found inside her home.
Can you help me understand all the straws and stuff that are laying around? And the white powder and stuff?
See, look, that's what I was gonna say, Chad. I swear to God, she might have had drugs laying around somewhere, and the baby probably ate it.
That are laying around?
Well, that was from me doing boy earlier then, but it wasn't me doing boy now.
See, look, if y'all don't know what boy is, that's cocaine. I think that's either cocaine or crack. It's one of those. That's drugs, though.
Doing boy earlier as in when?
Friday.
And just for clarification, boy is heroin, correct?
Uh-huh.
When on Friday were you doing it?
That morning.
That morning?
Before they got there.
What, around what?
Damn, baby overdosed on
about
heroin.
7. I had it that night, but I did it that morning. Because I didn't know I had to watch the kids.
Graham.
Watch them.
Oh, great.
I get that, yeah. You thought you had an extra day.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I did it.
Based on the evidence and her own admission, the investigator poses a devastating theory.
I think that Charles overdosed.
No, he didn't overdose.
That's my suspicion. All right, now we're gonna find out some more, when he goes through an autopsy. All right, we're going to find out some more from his blood results.
But it wasn't nothing in there when he went in the bedroom. I had did it all. It was nothing but dust on the thing. That's all that was on there.
So when was he in there?
He wasn't in there. He was not in there. The little girl, she went in there late that night. It was gone in. And it was all off the straws and everything. I licked the straws because I didn't have no money. That's why I did that.
When did you lick the straws?
3 days before.
3 days before?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, there was residue in the cigarette pack that you had with the straw on the table.
But it wasn't nothing.
Ain't gonna lie, gang. It's looking heavy. I ain't gonna lie. It's look like a serious addiction. You get to the point where you licking straws because you need it that bad. It ain't nothing in this world that you need that bad. Not even your mama, not no girl, no nothing. Go get some help.
In the cigarette pack. Honestly, I'll tell you the truth. It wasn't.
And here's the thing. Like, I know that there might not be very much or not an amount that you would ever pay for or not an amount that you would consider to be anything.
That's crazy.
But you and I both know that drugs to an adult, drugs to someone who uses regularly, that's going to be a different amount than someone who's small. Now, you might have had it on your fingers, you might have had it on that table, you might have had it on other things. But the thing is that you regularly have heroin in that apartment. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate.
Yeah. And
but
go ahead.
But it wasn't nothing in there, but dust in there. But how could dust even do anything to him?
And so
All right, back, bro.
when we say heroin, it's not the heroin that we are talking about from, the 90s.
Okay.
There's so many different forms of opioids that are killing people, and ultimately we will probably find out that this is some type of fentanyl. So you don't have to have grams.
What?
Hey, Steph.
Baby,
But dust in.
The investigator questions.
He had already started to decompose. He had been dead for some time.
The investigator questions Stephanie about where she obtained the substances. She claims she purchased them from a man named Greg, but her reluctance to share more information about him causes the interrogation to grow increasingly more intense.
You want to give me some more information about Greg?
Well, I don't know him that well.
How did you get a hold of him?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's kind of what's going to change my opinion about you, okay? And I'm just going to be real honest, all right? Because I saw your daughter's broken heart when she saw her deceased, her dead son, who had been dead for hours, okay? I saw your grandson who had been dead for hours.
Hours earlier, neighbors, friends, and family stood witness to the grieving mother's reaction when her son's body was moved to the coroner's van.
oh no! Oh my God! Oh my God! Please, no, nobody back there! No, nobody back there! No, get off of me! Get off of me!
Stephanie gives investigators a street name but no exact address, along with a vague physical description. However, a startling discovery on her phone shifts the investigation dramatically, casting doubt on everything she said about Greg.
On your phone, who is Bonk HD?
I don't know who that is.
And you called somebody named Bonk/HD.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Hey, LaFon,
You
shut
called
the
him
fuck.
4 times yesterday.
Nigga, shut the fuck up. I ain't finna cry, bro. Say another word. What's wrong with this nigga?
As one investigator steps out of the room to take a closer look at the phone, the other
Time about why you ain't finna cry. This nigga is crazy, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, this nigga is
continues
crazy.
to press Stephanie for the truth.
On a certain level, I don't care about your drug habit. What I care about is Charles is dead. Charles is over at the coroner's office right now.
He did when I hear about from the autopsy.
Well, he's dead, right?
Man, that's crazy, dog.
He died in
That's
your
why I
car.
got it, bro. You can't really trust nobody.
Okay, so if we're gonna sit in here and talk, I want you to be truthful about things, or walk out that door.
Okay, I just looked at the phone. You text Bonk HD as well to buy heroin.
The what?
To buy heroin. You're really starting to make me mad. Again, the store's always open. Like he's totally been done a phenomenal job telling you that you can walk out here anytime. You buy drugs with Bonk HD. You're lying. You being dishonest is not going to get you anywhere. There is a dead child.
Your grandbaby. For God's sake. I prayed with your daughter over your dead grandson. Your dead grandson. And you're lying about buying.
Replay that. He thought he was so tough doing this.
Your dead grandson.
Hey,
and you're lying about buying drugs. Are you kidding me? Do you love your grandbabies?
No.
Do you? Then prove it. Or walk out that door.
Consistently you lie. And then we have to confront you with what we know. And then you tell
I think
us
she gonna get charged
it
because
doesn't matter. There's a dead baby.
Yeah, she definitely.
There's a dead baby. Then you for trying not to get yourself in trouble.
38 stab wounds, and you get that reference. Shut the fuck up. All right.
But we have to look at this.
Hey, we need a meme. Me telling this nigga LaFawn to shut the fuck up. I tell him to shut the fuck up 38 times, 200 times a day, bro. And he still talks. How many times do I gotta tell you, bro? For real.
Your grandson lying there dead on the couch. Look at that.
No.
Look at that.
No.
Because of your actions, and you're still sitting here trying to deflect the truth.
No, I'm not.
These lights are on.
Oh, yeah?
The truth will come out in this room.
Hell no, bitch.
Someone will be held responsible for this dead child. It's
I'll let you out of that,
unacceptable.
bro. I'll let you out of that.
And what frustrates me the most is that you are unwilling to take accountability for what has happened. You have given us partial truths.
All right.
That's not okay.
With confusion over Greg and the mysterious contact in her phone, the investigator presents her a final ultimatum.
Here's the thing. At the end of this, my partner and I, you, whenever you're done, we're gonna walk out of this room, all right? We're gonna go back to our families, all right? Charles is over there alone, in a bag. And tomorrow morning, my partner and I are gonna come in here on Easter morning, Resurrection Day, and we're going to watch the examiners examine your grandchild's baby, your grandchild's body, all right? I'm not worried about people getting in trouble and all this, all right? What I'm worried about is the truth, and actions have consequences. You know that. That's why you've been lying to us.
No, I've been lying because I didn't want to get nobody in trouble.
What's more important to you? Someone getting in trouble or the fact that your grandson is dead?
My grandson dead.
Then prove it or walk out that door.
That nigga said that like 10 times. He said that 10 times, bro. What we feeling like?
Prove it or walk out.
Hey, this how LaFawn be trying to stand on me. I be having to beat his ass. You feel me? I be having to whoop his ass. That nigga, what the fuck you talking to, little nigga?
Or we can close this door and we can talk about the truth for the sake of Charles over there, who's alone. What do you want to do?
Choosing to stay, Stephanie finally reveals the truth.
He's my regular drug supplier.
He's your regular drug supplier. So I can ignore what you said about Greg at the store?
Yeah.
That was a lie?
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday you had the kids?
Yes.
And you had got some drugs in the morning before they were there?
Yes.
But then you tried to get more drugs?
Yes.
What was different that you were trying to get more drugs?
Because
and the kids were there?
Because I wasn't feeling too good. I wasn't feeling well.
Like dope sick?
Yeah.
Despite her admission, the only way to be certain is to review the results of Charles's autopsy and toxicology report.
You know,
Damn, hold on.
Certain is to review the results of Charles's autopsy.
That and all. Boy, they got all type of shit. Oh, you can overdose on residue though? Residue?
autopsy and toxicology report.
You know, science takes a minute, right?
Yeah.
So when we get those results, when we get your results, and it says that
Oh boy, that's how you say it in Ranchy or
that
Raunchy.
you have maybe some heroin and
Oh,
some
bro, it's
fentanyl
good,
in your
buddy.
system, you're not going to be surprised, right?
No.
When we find that in the system, what are you going to tell me? What are you going to tell Charles?
He said, "Oh nah, Greg gonna put a hit on Granny." Oh, bro.
It was my fault I killed him.
A post-mortem toxicology report for 5-year-old Charles Anthony Brown ruled his cause of death as intoxication by fentanyl.
Damn, fentanyl. Oh yeah, she might be over, gang. Cause you wanted some heroin.
And other illegal substances. According to his death certificate, the approximate time between the onset of exposure and death
It was
would
an
have been
accident.
minutes. On his death certificate, the manner of death is listed as an accident. 58-year-old Stephanie Shanks pleaded guilty to felony involuntary manslaughter, as well as 2 misdemeanor charges of endangering
All right, so
children.
look, that's good. All right, look, it's not good, but man, you should, if anything, let's say you committed murder, you should want to get a manslaughter because you're not gonna you get like 10 years probably, not even. That's fucked up though.
And was sentenced to 4 to 6 years
See
in
what I'm saying?
prison.
Man, W video.